Did you know that the ancient Romans had a form of underfloor and central heating? It was called a hypocausts system. Rudimentary forms of hypocausts systems were found in ancient Greece, but the technology is really perfected around the start of the 1st century BC in central Italy. So if you wanted to install a hypocausts system, what you would do is you would build your floor raised up on top of these small, evenly spaced pillars called pilli. The pilli were usually made, as you can see here, from stacks of square tiles, and they usually measured around 60 to 75 centimeters high. They were built, as you can see here, in a regular grid formation with space in between each one, and this allowed the air to circulate and move freely between the pillars. The floor would then be built on top of this formation of little towers, as you can see here. So it would start with like a large square tile placed on top of each pilli, secured by a thin layer of concrete, and finally, usually with kind of amazing mosaics or expensive marble tiles on top. Not only did this look beautiful, but these kind of floors also stayed really nice and toasty once you'd warmed them up. Vast wood furnaces would then be constructed underneath floor level, kind of at the edge of the structure like you can see here. The hot air they produced was then funneled into the space underneath the floors and allowed to circulate between the pillars, warming up the floor above. Hypocausts systems could also be used to heat the walls and even the upper floors of houses. The walls were left hollow, and then kind of large terracotta tubes were used to carry the hot air upwards, heating the walls from the inside out. Hypocausts systems were hugely expensive to build and to maintain, not only because of the huge amount of fuel that they used, but also because they were incredibly labor intensive. Workers, usually slaves, were required to constantly stoke the fires and also clear away the potentially flammable ash. And because of this, hypocausts systems initially appear only in public buildings, usually in public baths, where they're really necessary to heat the hot rooms and the hot pools. But increasingly, as the kind of 1st centuries BC and AD wear on, we start to see them in the most luxurious of private homes. And unsurprisingly, they were particularly popular in the colder areas of the empire, like Britain.